Hey guys, this is Jegan signing up from Tech Tutor. In this video podcast, let's see how you can use Perforce as a version control when you follow continuous integration, right? So this will also demonstrate how you can create a simple Maven based project and overall how continuous integration works, right? Fine. So let me start. I have set up a Ubuntu box here, and I'm going to use this folder. First, I would like to start with a simple hello world based Maven project. So for that, I would like to use a archetype plugin, Maven archetype plugin, to create a simple hello world style project. So I would like to give a group ID for the project, for my project architect tutor, and -d artifact ID. I would like to say tech tutor hello CI app. Okay, -d version I would like to give it as 1.0.0 and -d archetype, sorry, Maven archetype quick start. So basically this will create a simple hello world kind of project, and I would like to create this project in silent, that is batch mode, non-interactive mode. So I would like to say interactive mode equals false. So however, this is not mandatory that you should create this exact type of project. This is just a placeholder, right? So you can use any type of project, doesn't matter. It could be even C++ application or other platform based application. So I have created a hello world application. You can see that this is the structure of this project, and I would like to add this project into Perforce. Okay, and okay, so we are ready. So I'm going to start the Perforce server here. I have installed the Perforce server locally on my system, so I'm going to start that in background mode. So Perforce server is started. So P4D is the basic daemon, right? And now I would like to switch to the P4V. Okay, so first I would like to start with the P4V. We may have to create some user and things like that. So see, as of now no user is present, so I'm going to create a new user. I would like to call this as new user. Let's see, check in, okay, and some password. This is my email ID. I would like to save this. Okay, now I'll say OK. So now we have created a user called train. Okay, and we have some kind of depots here already, right? So we need a depot that supports streams. So I would like to create, I'll go back, I'll close this. I'll now start with the P4 admin tool. So because we need to create a depot that supports streams, so I'm going to use the P4V P4 admin tool. Okay, so yeah, this is asking because I have installed Perforce server on the local machine. It says that the currently logged in user will become the sole administrator. I'm fine with that, so I'm going to say yes. Okay, and yeah, let's go to this new depot. Here I'm going to say, maybe I'll say January 2017 tech tutor. Okay, so this is the stream. I'm going to create a type of depot that supports streams. So you can see that there are quite a lot of many types of, at least 6 types of depot. The one that we are interested is basically the stream depot. Okay, I'll say OK, and you can check if that depot is created. You can see that yeah, there is a depot here, right? So this is the classical depot that doesn't support streams, and this particular depot that supports stream based projects. Okay, you can see the difference in the icon. Okay, we are done with this P4 admin Perforce admin tool. Now let's start with the P4V visual client, right? So P4V visual client, yeah, let's launch it. Yeah, so now we can see that there is this uh, depot that supports stream. Okay, so we're good. Now I'm going to switch to this streams tab. Yeah, make sure that this particular depot is selected, and this is the area where you can see some visual representation. So this is called as stream graph, and I'm going to create a new stream for the Hello World project that we created. Let me call it as Hello CA or something. Okay, and yeah, the depot is selected, and okay, let's leave it as fine. It's all let's leave it to the default values. Everything looks okay. The one that we need to watch out is this stream type. The type of stream, the very first stream should be of type mainline. This is the trunk type of stream. Okay, so I'm going to create this. So now it is asking like the Hello CI stream is empty, which means like there is no files, directories, nothing, right? So we would like to populate the files and directories from that project. So I would like to say populate. So here we can actually browse, and we can give the we have to navigate to the project, right? So that we created. So the project is here. It's part of the podcast, right? So we're going to select this directory. I'll say choose. Okay, next, start. Okay, finish. So now you can see that under the depot we have this Hello CA, and under that we have this project. Okay, so everything looks fine now, and we cannot do any ideally we are not supposed to set up any continuous integration activity on the main line. So the recommendation is basically you have to do that in the development branch. Okay, so I'm going to create a new type of new stream, create new stream, and this time it is going to be development stream, right? So I would like to call it as dev 1.0. So assume that this is a 1.0 version of version that the team is working. So the entire team will work on this particular development branch. Okay, I have created this. Now let's see the stream route. So this is the path, right? So this is the path that we are going to use in the continuous integration. So you can see that under the depot it has created a dev 1.0, right? So I'm going to close this. I've anyway copied it, right? So now let me launch Jenkins. I have Jenkins.var here. I have downloaded. So I'm going to launch the standalone version of Jenkins like this. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I'll launch the browser. .8080, right? So this should bring up the Jenkins page. Yes, Jenkins is up and running now. So let's log in. Okay, so here you have this manage Jenkins, right? So if you go to the manage Jenkins, first of all, to enable Perforce or any kind of version control, you have to install some plugins, right? So if you go to the manage plugins option, you have these 4 tabs here. So updates tab, generally any plugins that you have already installed, if there are any updates, new updates for that, then actually these this particular tab will show up if there are any new plugins updates for that the plugins that which you have already installed. Okay, it is possible that if you have just now set up the Perforce, this tab may be empty. In another scenario also this might be empty. In case you are behind firewall, then you may have to go to this advanced tab, and you have to give your proxy server and proxy port, and in your company if you have to provide your user credentials, you may have to give that, right? So I'm just using my personal laptop at home, so I don't have to use any kind of proxy. Okay, and available tab, basically this is where all the plugins that are not installed in your system will get listed. So the way the manage plugins works in Jenkins is the moment you install any plugin, that will get removed from this tab, and it will go to the installed tab. Okay, and like I said, if there are any plugins, plugin updates for the installed plugins, then it gets listed here. So that's the way it works. Okay, so I have already installed the Perforce plugins. So let me show you the plugin that you have to install to use Perforce as a version control when you set up a continuous integration, right? So okay, it's not showing anything. Okay, yeah. So now you can see this, right? So there are couple of plugins here. So P4 plugin, this is the plugin which is responsible to get you the Perforce software option in the SCM section of your Jenkins job. And this particular plugin, it will give you a Perforce option in the Jenkins. So the one that I am going to use is this P4 plugin. Okay, so it doesn't bother. I mean, it's not going to be a problem if you have both the plugins installed. Maybe like go ahead and then install both the plugins, right? So P4 plugin as well as Perforce plugin. But what is mandatory for us is basically this, because this is the one which gives you which allows you to configure the credentials and the Perforce server related configurations, all that. So this is mandatory. So maybe you first install this Perforce plugin and followed by the P4 plugin. You can select both at the same time. No big deal. Okay. So just ensure that you have installed this plugin, and let's go back. Okay, and I'm going to create a new project. So I would like to call it as Jan 2017, maybe CI hello. Okay, and it's going to be a Maven based project, right? And I'm going to say okay. Yeah, this section you can give any description about your project. It's optional, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay, so just move on to the source code management section. You can see that there is a Git option, Perforce option, and Perforce software option. In fact, this is the Perforce software option that we are going to use. In order to get this option, you have to install the P4 plugin, right? And when you install the Perforce client plugin, you will get this option. Okay, I'm going to use the Perforce software, and let me repeat. For this, you have to install the P4 plugin. Okay, P4 plugin. Okay, so here I would like to give some credentials. So I would like to say add, okay, Jenkins. Here or here I'm going to give the credentials of the connection details of Perforce. So you can see that Perforce password credential, right? So I'm going to give this, and maybe you can give some Perforce, okay, as an ID. Okay, so here I would like to say localhost 1666. This is the P4 port, right? And I'm going to give the credential of Perforce. Let's do a test. Yeah, test is working. So which means like the P4 plugin is able to communicate with the server, right? Let's add this. Now if you notice that this is configured already, right? This is the way you connect P4 plugin with the server. This is mandatory, right? So without this, I mean, you will not be able to use any Perforce repository, right? Okay, this is done. Now we're going to scroll down. We're going to leave all the options as it is intact, right? So we're going to scroll down, and then we have to look for an option where we can give the stream. Okay, okay, so here we have this stream here, right? We have this stream. So let's see, there is a stream view generated. Okay, yeah, fine. So this looks, Just a minute. Okay, we have stream here. Let's try this. Okay, and I'm going to select. I want the path. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Okay, I have given this. So we have connected our project. Okay, so I'm going to select poll SEM, and let's set up for a couple, 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, once basically Jenkins will use this P4 plugin to poll the Perforce version control to check if there are any changes. So when it senses any changes, it's going to trigger a continuous integration build. Okay, and let's say we'll do a clean test. Okay, and so we may have to give adjust this path, because the way we have added the project into the Perforce, so you have to notice this, right? So here I have created there is a hello CI under that stream. There is a tech tutor hello CI, this one. So the point is the pom.xml file is not directly present under this. So we have to first navigate to this path, and then we have to look for the pom file. So we have to give this, supply this name, right? So let's see if I can copy this. Yeah, copied. So let me go to the browser. So here I'm going to give that path followed by / this one. Hopefully this is correct. Okay, so it's all good now. So we have almost done the basic configuration that is required. So let's save. Okay, just to check if things are correctly configured, let's do a manual build. Let's trigger a manual build. So yes, it has started. Let's see if it is able to communicate with the Perforce. That is the key thing here. Yeah, looks like it is now able to connect to Perforce, and the build has started, right? Yes, yeah, it is complete now, right? So the configuration that we have done is correct. Okay, it's all good now. So just to check if the continuous integration works fine, right? So maybe what you could do, you can check out one of the file, right? So first of all, ensure that you are working on this particular stream, right? So let's switch to this workspace. So you can see that we are working in the development stream. So no worries, we can do a checkout here. We'll do a checkout. So this is checked out, and now let's open this with some editor. Okay, and let's do some changes. Let's make it look easy for our eyes. So I'm going to clean up this, and I mean I would like to change the version as 4.12 or something. Okay, so this looks good. So I'm going to save this file. Now I'm going to check in this, right? Now I would say cleaned up pom.xml file. Okay, and I'm going to submit. Okay, I've submitted, right? So now it is back to green, right? So it is submitted. So now let's see if Jenkins senses this automatically, right? So go back here. So the first build we have triggered it manually. So now what is supposed to happen is Jenkins every 2 minutes once it is going to poll the Perforce version control to see if there are any changes, right? Since we created a change, see, look at this. Now it has Jenkins is able to find that there is a change, and it has automatically triggered a build. So, let me click on that to see the real time this one, right. So, now it has picked up the changes and then like it has triggered a build. So, this is how your continuous integration works, right. So, this is a simple demonstration of this, right. Hope you find this useful. So, though I said this demonstrates Perforce, but in general this helps you understand how you can create a Maven based project using Archetype plugin. 2, it also demonstrates how overall continuous integration works in simple terms. And I mean, in case you are interested to understand the Perforce part of it, yeah, that is also covered here. Hope you find this useful. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, right. Yeah, happy coding. Yeah, thank you.